Thank you for joining us today as we embark on a tiny yet fascinating journey into the world of insects on Hallasan Mountain. Nestled in a unique ecosystem, Hanlasan hosts a myriad of tiny denizens, each playing a pivotal role in its environmental tapestry. Today we'll uncover the vibrant and often overlooked world of these insects, revealing how they thrive in such a diverse habitat. From the tiniest beetle to the most elegant butterfly, each has a story worth telling. Prepare to shrink down to the size of an ant as we dive into the leaf litter and beyond. At heights where the air grows thinner, a surprising variety of insects call Hallasan Mountain their home. Nestled on the island of Jeju, Hanlasan stands as the highest mountain in South Korea, reaching into the clouds at a majestic height. This elevation creates a unique tiered ecosystem, each level offering a different habitat and influencing the kind of insect life that thrives there. As we ascend from the temperate base to the cooler mid-elevation forests, we encounter the robust dung beetle. Known for their Herculean strength, these beetles are perfectly adapted to the cooler, moist environments found halfway up the mountain. They play a crucial role in recycling nutrients, busily rolling dung across the forest floor, which, let's be honest, is a dirty job, but somebody's got to do it. Climbing higher, the air cools and the vegetation grows sparse. Here the true high-altitude specialists come into play. The ice crawlers, or Grilloblattidae, are one of Hanlasan's most fascinating residents. These insects are found only in extremely cold conditions, where they feed on detritus and other insects. With no wings to speak of and a metabolism tuned for the cold, they are the mountaineers of the insect world, surviving where few others can. The unique climate and vegetation at these altitudes have a profound impact on insect behaviors and life cycles. For instance, many insects here have developed antifreeze-like compounds in their blood to avoid freezing, and their dark-colored bodies help absorb any available heat from the sun. Seasonal changes also dictate a rigorous cycle of adaptation. Insects like the Hanlasan stonefly experience a burst of activity in the spring thaw, only to virtually disappear during the harsh winters, a testament to their resilience and adaptability. Who knew that life buzzed with such fervor, even high above the sea level? In a world where blending in means survival, Hanlasan's insects are true artists. The mountain's diverse ecosystems offer a stage for some of the most incredible performances in the insect kingdom, where the art of camouflage isn't just a skill, it's a necessity. Let's start with the leaf-mimicking beetles. These little marvels have evolved to mimic the very leaves they feed on. Their bodies are so perfectly shaped and colored that even the sharpest-eyed predator might just pass them by, mistaking them for part of the foliage. It's not just their appearance that's adapted. Their movements sway gently like a leaf in the breeze, completing their deceptive performance. Moving on to the enigmatic world of stick insects, which take the twig impersonation to an entirely new level. These elongated insects resemble twigs so closely, from their brown bark-like texture to their rigid stick-like bodies, that they become nearly invisible among the branches. Some species even have the ability to regrow limbs they might lose to a too curious predator, showcasing not just mastery of disguise, but also remarkable resilience. But camouflage isn't the only trick up their sleeves. Some of Hanlasan's insects have developed astonishing defensive mechanisms. Take, for instance, the bombardier beetles. When threatened, these beetles eject a boiling chemical spray from their abdomens, which not only startles predators, but can also cause them serious harm. This fiery defense mechanism is a spectacular example of chemical warfare at a micro scale. Each species has its unique way of blending in or standing out, depending on what the situation demands. These survival strategies are not just about evading threats, but also about thriving in a competitive world where every edge counts. So, the next time you walk through Hanlasan, look closely. What seems like a leaf might just crawl away. What does a menu look like when you're an insect living on a mountain? Well, on Hanlasan Mountain, the dining options are as varied and fascinating as the insects themselves. Let's dig into what's for dinner in this bustling bug metropolis. Starting with the basics, many insects on Hanlasan thrive on a plant-based diet. Aphids, for instance, tap into the sugary sap of plants, a practice that might seem quite straightforward. However, it sets the stage for a complex food web. These tiny sapsuckers are a favorite snack for ladybugs, who in turn might find themselves on the menu for larger predators like birds or spiders. But the culinary intrigue doesn't end there. Consider the case of the Hanlasan caterpillars. which have a rather exclusive diet of specific host plants. This selective eating habit not only dictates where these caterpillars can live, but also impacts their survival strategies. As they munch on leaves, they must constantly watch out for predatory wasps that are always on the hunt for a caterpillar feast. Then there are the detritivores, like certain beetle species, that play a crucial role by breaking down dead organic matter. This might not sound particularly appetizing, but it's a vital service that recycles nutrients back into the ecosystem, supporting the growth of plants, which in turn feed other insects. One of the most intriguing dining arrangements on Hanlasan involves the ants and aphids. In a perfect example of a symbiotic relationship, ants protect aphids from predators, and in return feast on the sweet honeydew that aphids excrete. It's like having your cake and eating it too, if your cake were a live-in bodyguard that pays rent in liquid sugar. Amidst all these interactions, predatory insects like praying mantises and spiders lurk in the shadows, turning other insects into their next meal. This introduces a constant element of suspense to every foraging trip. It's a bug-eat-bug world out there, and every leaf could hide a feast or a famine. Without these tiny creatures, the vibrant flora of Hanlasan might cease to exist. High up in the mountainous terrains of Hanlasan, a bustling community of pollinators tirelessly works day in and day out. These insects are not just residents of the mountain. They are the vital cogs in the ecological machinery that sustains the lush landscapes of Hanlasan. Among the myriad of pollinators, bees are perhaps the most prominent. With their fuzzy bodies, they brush against the stamens of flowers, unwittingly collecting pollen. As they move from blossom to blossom, they deposit this pollen, facilitating the cross-pollination essential for plant reproduction. Butterflies, with their kaleidoscope of colors, also play a pivotal role in this pollination process. Their preference for bright, open flowers means they are excellent pollinators for a range of flowering plants. As they flutter gracefully from flower to flower, their long legs and wings pick up pollen, which is then transferred to other plants, aiding in their fertilization. It's not just bees and butterflies that keep the botanical show running. Numerous other insects, including moths and beetles, contribute to this critical process. Moths, under the cover of night, visit flowers that are specifically adapted to nocturnal pollination. These flowers often emit a strong scent or are brightly colored, attracting their nighttime visitors. Beetles, though not as efficient, rummage through flowers, eating and inadvertently moving pollen from one bloom to another. The impact of these tiny pollinators extends beyond the flowers they visit. By ensuring the reproduction of plants, they maintain the health of the forest, which in turn supports a diverse array of wildlife. From birds to mammals, many species rely on these plants for food and shelter. So the next time you enjoy the sight of a blooming flower on Hanlasan, thank a pollinator. As our journey through the bustling world of Hanlasan's insects comes to a close, we hope you're as amazed as we are. From high-altitude critters to masters of disguise, these tiny creatures hold immense power within Hanlasan's ecosystem. We've seen how they survive, what they feast on, and their crucial role in pollination. Let these insights inspire you to delve deeper into the wonders of nature, wherever you are. If you enjoyed this peek into the miniature wilderness of Hanlasan, don't forget to follow our channel for more captivating documentaries. Until next time, keep buzzing with curiosity.